Hello, my name is Conor Meade. You're welcome to this shot of our farm here in Castellani. It's a family farm we are operating here. There's myself and my wife and all the 5 kids. Everybody helps out. Springtime is a very busy time in the farm, and everybody's input is needed and appreciated. We also have 2 people working with us this spring. Very lucky to get help. Help is scarce. We're milking 195 cows this spring. We're going to calve down 222. We have 57 first calvers calving in. 22 of those are Fleckvieh. The remainder are Red Holstein and some Rotbunt. We have 84 yearlings, so 20 of those would be Fleckvieh bulls, and the remainder would be Fleckvieh and Rotbunt maiden heifers. We are predominantly changing over to Fleckvieh. We're unusual in the fact that we've been a red dairy herd. All the dairy bulls used for the last 6 years were red. So we're changing over the entire herd to red. Fleckvieh has fitted that bill perfectly for us. We're also trying to breed a robust cow with plenty of power. Power and squareness is very important to us here. And Fleckvieh is able to do that for us. It's an unusual dairy enterprise we have here. We don't follow EBI. For the last 6 years, every calf born was born from a red dairy sire. So it was Rotbunt and Red Holstein was being used. And for the last 5 years or so, we've included Fleckvieh in the mix. Colour primarily first, but since we started breeding them, we just love the type of animals that we've gotten. Power and squareness is very important to us. It's very important that we have a decent sized cow. Because Fleckvieh are ticking the box, we've been using more and more of them. And this spring, 80% of the calves born for dairy sires are Fleckvieh. We use probably half dairy sires on the cows, and the other half would be Simmental and Charlie. I've included 2 of our cows. This is Red Holstein out of a Rotbunt, and this is her daughter, Fleckvieh. She's calving for the first time this spring. She's not too far from calving. It's a prime example of how Fleckvieh has worked well for us on a 3-way cross. Started with a Rotbunt, crossed it with a Holstein, and crossed it again with a Fleckvieh. And to me, she's a super animal. Delighted to have her in our herd. We've picked out 2 more animals from our herd. We have a small few shorthorns included in our herd, blue colour, simply because of the type of animal that the shorthorn can breed. So we crossed this shorthorn with a Fleckvieh, and we got a roan coloured Fleckvieh. She's on the point of calving as well, so she is. Terrific power in that Fleckvieh heifer as well. Colour from the mother. She's a good heifer. We've included a group of Fleckvieh heifers and cows that have calved already this spring. All of these would have come from straws purchased from Gerard and Angela Brickley in Celtic Sires. What we have here is Hertz Power, Hertz Slag, Sternwind and Woward. Hertz Power heifers, we were very, very happy with them. We're calving them down for the first time this year. What I like about them is they're deep red, and a lot of them will come with red spectacle eyes. There is great power in the Hertz Power heifers. Docility is perfect with the Fleckvieh breed. They're a lovely, quiet animal to work with. Milk yield with their Fleckviehs is very good. It's like any animal. Once they're well fed, they'll pay you back in spades, so they will. They're a good cow to keep condition. Probably don't peak. They're noted for not peaking as high as maybe a Holstein, but that flatter lactation curve will mean it's easier to get them back in calf. It's very important for us. We're just a spring calving herd, and we like to dry off in November and December. In this shot, we have a Rotbunt cow, 10-year-old Rotbunt cow, with her 1-day-old Fleckvieh bull calf. A perfect example of the kind of calf we like to breed. Decent bit of size in the calf, and she calved unassisted. In this shot, we have a Fleckvieh cow with a 1-day-old Hertz Slag heifer calf. Very nice cow with a super calf, born unassisted again, and there's great size and power in this calf. In this shot, we have a Holstein cow crossed with Fleckvieh, a Fleckvieh bull calf, born yesterday as well. Another example of a good cross. So we've had a first pen, we had a Rotbunt, second pen we had a Fleckvieh, and the third pen a Holstein, all crossed very well with Fleckvieh. It's a spring calving herd we operate. We use all bale silage for our cows. Included here now in this shed is all our black and whites, Rotbunts and Red Holsteins. It just probably shows people that no matter what breed you're using Fleckvieh on, you can achieve what we had seen in an earlier shot. Super quality Fleckvieh animals. Start calving in January and we'll finish in April. We're now in the calf house where all this year's calves are being reared. This is a purpose-built calf house. This is our 4th year in it. We do spend a huge amount of time and effort into making sure calves get off to a great start. So when the calf is born, the cow is milked. Once the calf gets up and stand, the cow is taken out to the milking parlour and milked. That milk then is fed fresh to the calves, fresh and warm. A lot of calves here will drink 6 litres first feed. Calves are big, so they have a good appetite. Part of that appetite could come from the cows get fed dry cow minerals. We buy dry cow minerals from Agritech and Nina, and it gives the calves a great start, considering their mothers have been gotten those dry cow minerals. We place huge emphasis when the calves come here on cleanliness and making sure the calves are well fed. 4 litres of whole milk morning and evening all their life. It's fed in 20 tit feeders and the milk is pumped in from a container. So from a labour point of view, it's very straightforward here. Calves are bedded with fresh straw every single day. Shed is never cleaned out while the calves are in it. Shed is only cleaned out when calf rearing is finished. All the Fleckvieghs from this year's calves would have come from Gerard and Angela Brickley and Celtic Sires. The bulls used would have been Megastar, Support and Joker, or the 3 bulls used this year. We would have used those bulls, 2 of those bulls were used as sexed semen, and conception rates were equally as good with sexed as conventional. We find Angela and Gerard very good to deal with. Fleckvieh is the only sire they sell, so they are totally engrossed in making sure that the bulls in their catalogue are top class. What I also notice with Celtic Sires is they'll have only 2 new bulls every year. The bulls that were there 3 years ago are still in the catalogue because they're proven bulls and they've stood the test of time. You'll get 2 new bulls every year so that there'll be no inbreeding for when you're using them. The power and strength and thrivability of these calves when they're well fed is phenomenal. People are changing breed. They're probably always apprehensive about probably calving difficulties because maybe Fleckvieh might be seen as a continental breed. People would be worried about calving difficulties. We've had no calving difficulties whatsoever with calves being born. The cows are able to calve a big calf if the calf is big. Now, you will have to stay up at night. That will have to happen and you'll mind it. But these calves are worth minding. It's nice to be able to lean on the gate and look in at a shed of calves and have a bit of pride in them. That's, for us, is equally as important as making money. But also the Fleckvieghs will make you money. They're highly sought after, no matter what cross, whether it's Charlie, Simmental or a Fleckvieh cross, they're highly sought after by lots of people. Fleckvieghs are fashionable. We're very happy with them and we will continue using them. For the first 5 weeks, it was predominantly Fleckvieh calves that was born. For the next 6 weeks, it'll be predominantly beef calves, so Charlie and Simmental. This is a brilliant example of a Charlie calf crossed with a Fleckvieh cow. You get a golden colour calf, highly sought after by suckler men as a potential replacement. Heifer calf, born 2 days ago. It's the type of calf we would like to breed going forward. So you'll be using half your herd for Fleckvieh for dairy crosses and the other half crossed with Simmental and Charlie, and these are the kind of calves that you'll breed. There's huge potential in the Fleckvieh breed and we would definitely see ourselves continuing to use predominantly Fleckvieh as our main herd sire for the dairy herd, simply because they tick so many boxes. Docility is another huge thing with the Fleckvieh. They're a quiet breed. Their calves will be quiet. Suckler men are looking for a quieter stock all the time. So we run a closed herd, so nothing is bought in. It'll take us a few generations. Down the line, we would consider registering our calves as pedigrees, but it'll take it'll take 3 or 4 generations before that can happen here, because we want to maintain a closed herd and nothing is bought in.